I'm going to share with you how to pass your real estate licensing exam on your first try. Although I was licensed in Massachusetts, these tips will help you in your state and with your national exam. Let's start with the obvious. So you need to find a pre-licensing course for your state and one that is a school that's been approved. The best way to do this is talk to other real estate agents and see what they suggest that you take for your state, or just do a simple Google search. I took my pre-licensing coursework with New England Real Estate Academy, and it costed about $299, I believe. One thing to consider when choosing a school that's going to help you pass your exam the first try is finding a school that works best for both your schedule and your learning style. I chose to take the course entirely online, which really worked well for me. I would say that if you're somebody that wants to take classes in person because that's how you learn best, make sure you choose a school that offers in-person classes. One thing to keep in mind that it is a 40-hour course. And I can't stress this enough, but you're not going to learn everything you can in 40 hours. They do skim through as much as possible, and every course is different, and they definitely offer you all the material you need in order to pass the course. But again, from the live classes and from my own experience, you don't learn everything in those 40 hours. Taking these courses is mandatory in order to take your real estate licensing exam. Although my school offered a lot of material online, they did not provide me with any hard copy books. Again, every school might be different, but it was an additional $130 to purchase a bundle. The bundle was very helpful. It came with this book, it came with note cards, and it also came with a review book. After taking my course, I read this book from front to back, all 32 chapters. And then before taking my exam, I went over all of the note cards. I found the note cards super helpful. I had tried to make my own during the class, but the class moves really quickly. And honestly, it's just so time consuming when you're trying to write down note cards. I know for some people that's actually extremely helpful for them when studying, but for me, I would rather be given the note cards and use them to study. I don't have them to show you because I let someone borrow them. This all-in-one review book I did not use at all, but I could see this being extremely helpful, especially if you don't want to go through the larger book or the note cards. It might be something that you use. Although the bundle costed me $130, I think it's important to keep in mind that this is material that you are going to have forever. And what's great about it is it's something you can reference, because a lot of times after taking the exam, you forget the material. My next tip is a free tip, and that would be YouTube videos. So what I would suggest is finding somebody or a YouTube channel that you really like that is either specific for your state or just for the national exam. The reason why I loved the YouTube videos that I found were because when I was at the gym or I was in the car, I listened to YouTube videos. So when there was a day that I really didn't have a lot of time to study, but I was driving in my car for an hour, or even honestly 30 minutes, or going to the gym for 30 minutes, I could listen to these videos, and I found that I retained a lot of information. Don't mind that floating by. My last and final tip is purchasing a practice exam from PSI directly. And PSI is the exam center where I took my exam, and I believe everyone's state takes them through PSI. So although my course provided me with online practice exams, I can't stress enough that these PSI practice exams, they come directly from the testing center itself, and the questions were very similar. I really wish someone would have given me this tip before. I had purchased it the night before I took the exam, and I swear it's part of the reason I passed on my first try, because it was just so similar to the questions on the exam. And what I did was you would get an email that will tell you about what PSI has to offer for additional study material once you sign up for your test. However, you don't have to wait for this email to come in. What you can do is you can go online to psionlinestore.com. You can select realtor, and then from there, you're going to see the states in the left-hand column. You can select your state, and all the material that they offer will pop up. I personally chose the 500 items practice exam. So it was $49.99 for my state. I'm not sure if it's different for states. Again, this was the night before my exam, and it was super helpful. And make sure you are selecting the salesperson. Unless you are a broker, of course, then you'd want to select the broker option. I really hope that you find these tips helpful, and I wish you the best of luck in taking your exam. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM or comment down below. I'd love to hear tips or tricks that you have to take the exam. Good luck!